Sun News Network is Canada's most comprehensive source for campaigns and elections. Political insight, polling data, news flashes as they happen. Every twist and turn until voters make their choice. When it comes to politics, Sun News Network is there for every minute of it. Join us.
Great to have you here with us on this Thursday morning. A good morning. You're watching Sun News Network's Straight Talk, and that's exactly what we're going to have because we've got someone on the other side. So Al Gore will come into Ontario today and claim that Ontario is setting the bar for environmental achievements. But you really, I think some will say, gloss up Ontario so much. Critics will say that they cheerlead funding of billion-dollar wind farms when it really is thanks to nuclear energy why we've got our carbon footprint down. Let's bring in Vince Gasparro. You, sir, raise money for green projects. You are down there raising money, I guess, with hedge funds into green projects. You say it can be done.
Absolutely.
Successfully, but the Ontario government hasn't done it very well. Why are we losing so many jobs in the province?
Well, first of all, we're not losing jobs.
We're not creating them.
Well, we are. Sure we are. Listen, all the numbers that have come out either show that we're either employing somewhere between 35 and 70,000 jobs. Granted, some are
temporary
indirect, some are indirect, some are indirect jobs. But you know what? Look, I've invested in renewable energy projects. We've joint ventured with some great partners. And I've seen the jobs that have been created. And you know what? Looking at some of those workers, some are, yes, private sector union members, some are non-private sector
but they're not permanent jobs.
Well,
the McGuinty government, well, let's take Wynne out of it, because she's really only been at the head for 9 months. Right. But, you know, McGuinty said it would be 50,000 jobs. We have only seen 30,000 jobs created, and those are part-time 1 to 3 year contracts with, you know, construction jobs. Okay,
so well, first of all, so we are creating jobs. You know, so your first comment was, you know, we're not creating jobs, we're losing jobs. Now we're saying we are creating jobs. I can tell you that what I've seen is job creation on the ground, and those families and those people who are being employed are grateful to it. And look, what this is about is modernizing our economy. It's about retooling our economy. The days of Ontario being a place where we're going to manufacture hula hoops is over. Those days are not coming back. We need to retool our economy so that we manufacture the products that are needed in the 21st century. That's what's in demand here, and that's what really the question is about.
But the crown jewel Samsung deal, which was supposed to create 16,000 jobs, is only going to create 9.
Well, first of all, again, so I don't know if you or your viewers would agree to this, but the global environment has changed.
Right.
So the government came in and said, look, you know what, the deal we cut back when we first wanted you here, we're going to have to pare back a bit. But the fact is, there isn't a jurisdiction in the world that would not want Samsung coming here and creating 9,000 jobs. It's just, there isn't a jurisdiction anywhere.
No, but we would want them to create the jobs that they claim that they could and not sell Ontarians on the fact that, hey, look, we're going to create all these jobs when clearly we have it. And by the way, oh yeah, your hydro rates are going to go up. Look, let's be honest.
And we adjust, so to that point, we adjusted the premium that we were paying, and we're still creating, again, 9,000 jobs. Samsung is coming in here,
but we're losing double that to get that. That's the problem. We're not investing in the areas. Nuclear, hydroelectric, and natural gas. That's where Ontario is the moneymaker. That's where we do really well. We don't do well on wind and solar. That's not where we're making our mark when it comes to Ontario's Energy Act.
So, well, when for nuclear, on that point, the reason everyone's energy bills are increasing is, and the reason we're selling off excess power is because of nuclear.
I think everyone would say it's because we're subsidizing wind and solar so much.
Listen, renewable energy only represents 1.5% of our energy mix.
Well, why are they, okay,
so hold on.
Yeah, I'll let you make your point.
It represents 1.5% of our energy mix. We have outdated nuclear facilities
which have been refurbished?
Which are still being refurbished, granted, but that are currently designed to only run at 100% efficiency.
But thank God we had them, because those windmills aren't always turning.
Well, that's great news, but the fact is, when whether demand is at 100% or demand is at 0, the fact is our nuclear facilities have to run at a very, very high efficiency. So it's like, think about your vehicle always having to keep the throttle down on the floor to get maximum efficiency out of the gas in the tank. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. That's why we have to blow off so much excess energy. It has nothing to do with renewables. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, it sounds good. I love the thought of having a windmill create all this power and having solar do it. But the bottom line is we haven't developed a system in place yet that is sufficient. We're just not there yet. And in the meantime, hydro rates are soaring. People's bills are coming in. Manufacturing businesses are going out. They can't afford to do business in Ontario. We have absolutely become worthless in the province of Ontario.
That's not true.
Well, I think a lot of people would disagree with you.
I'm sorry, I have to completely disagree. The fact is, because of the Green Energy Act and because of the leadership of the province, and the ability of the province to say, look, we need to modernize our economy. We need to have green energy components being manufactured here in Ontario. Listen, at one time, Ontario was the largest manufacturer of horse-drawn carriages. Okay? No one made the argument then that we shouldn't be investing in facilities that could produce this new technology called the automobile. If we had the same line of thinking that's being spoken about on this network, frankly, we'd still be the largest producer of horse-drawn carriages, and that wouldn't be good for anyone.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All I know is the jobs that were promised have not been created. We've actually lost jobs in this province.
We haven't lost jobs, and even to the stats that you raised, we haven't lost jobs. Okay, whether
I don't understand how you can.
No, but whether jobs being created are either direct or indirect. Okay, you're still creating employment, and that matters. If we're going to modernize,
but it's seasonal. It's 1 to 2 years to 3 years, and then it leaves.
If we are going to modernize our economy, if we are going to be, if we are going to have an economy where our kids can be competitive in the 21st century, we need to retool our economy. We need to be able to manufacture components that are in demand in the 21st century. That's exactly what we need. We cannot rely on 20th century economic thinking. Those days are over.
Well, we're heavily subsidizing solar and wind, and we're not getting anything back out of it.
Look, we are trying to create a domestic market. Okay, we have a very talented yet small population, and we're asking our kids and our grandkids to compete against not only people in New York and Chicago, we're asking them to compete against kids in Beijing and Shanghai and all over the, places all over the world. And we're saying, we want you to compete against these people. We're not going to give you the tools to do it. We need an economy where kids can grow up, find gainful employment, and start a business here in Ontario.
Well, they're obviously going to have to go to Alberta to do that.
Well, we're definitely going to have to disagree on that.
Well, but hey, we're not creating jobs in Ontario. So how do you, so how would you propose that we're going to get those jobs back? How do you bring the manufacturing back into Ontario?
Exactly.
And make it competitive when people can't afford the hydro rates?
Well,
it's not competitive. We're not competitive.
So the first thing is we need to refurbish our nuclear facilities.
They are refurbished. They're what is reducing the carbon imprint?
Well, it has nothing to do with the fact the hydro rates are going up. A lot of that has to do with the excessive cost overruns on our nuclear facilities, the excess power that's being produced by those facilities as well. But in terms of bringing back jobs, the key here is, again, to modernize our economy. We need to build components that are needed in the 21st century, right? The demand is there. I would rather base my kid's economic future, and frankly, your child's economic future, on fact and economics, other than ideology. And here we are debating about whether or not, is renewable energy and the components for renewable energy going to be needed in the 21st century. I can tell you it is. I've seen it on the ground here. I'm on the ground. I'm in the marketplace. I see what's happening. I see the jobs that are being created, and it matters, and it's extremely important.
Vince, I wish Laurie Goldstein were here. You guys would have a powerhouse argument about this. But I can tell you,
I think he's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
We disagree, but I think he's a good guy.
We disagree on just about everything. But I'll tell you, I'm not going to be sending my kid to school to learn how to build windmills. But I do appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Vince Gasparro. We'll have him back, because I would love to have him go head-to-head with a couple of our guys. We'll be back after this break. We'll get you to speed with all your news. Rebecca Thompson coming up. She may see things a little bit different than Vincent. We'll be back after this.
water damage can cost you thousands.